Music. When people talk about music, the most often they refer to big concert halls, $1 million record deals. American Idol comes also to mind. However, there is also different meaning of the music when it comes from your heart, as a simple expression of your feelings, the one celebrated at the campfire or as a personal relaxation in solitude. The music that allows you to park all the stresses of everyday life and take you on a mysterious journey, often into faraway lands, across the oceans, even in the distant past of the tall ship era. Many instruments are believed to have healing powers, stimulate brain activities, improve your memory or IQ, and eliminate sleeplessness. You do not have to be just observer, listener, you can be part of the experience. Have you ever thought about why we use the word to play the music? We do not say we execute the music. This by itself expresses of the playfulness, joy, element of improvisation. As one of my friends said, we are the folks and we play with the music. Why Anglo Concertina? And why concertina in general? Concertina is one of these rare instruments that does not require perfect pitch hearing, like violin. It does not require cumbersome chords pressing like guitar. When properly explained, it can be easier than piano. It does not require as skillful finger positioning as flute or recorder. It allows you to sing when you play at the same time. You can play it in complete darkness or with closed eyes. You can play comfortably in an armchair or on a bed. I personally love to suntan in my backyard, lay back on a lawn chair. It can be your travel companion wherever you go due to its compact size and lightweight. Anglo Concertina also has half of the button of the English concertina. Some consider this advantage and some disadvantage, but the fact is that Anglos are much more popular than English concertinas. When you learn something like a new instrument, there's always important to talk about the goals. What are the goals and what are the best methods for you to get the best results? There is a saying, 1,000-mile journey starts with a single step. However, it is up to you if you want to step first into solid ground or get bogged down. Assuming that you either do not read music notes or you are not fast at reading sheet music, would you rather learn it in a cumbersome way, exercising playing notes of unknown tunes, or play with pleasure what you already know? Most of the people I know who wanted to learn concertina did it to play favorite melodies. They already knew as a single melody line as they could sing it. Only few wanted to become accomplished performers. Yes, you always have option to develop further and play the multiple notes chords accompanying the main melody, but as they say, you need to learn to walk before learning to run. After 1 year, I can play any melody that is in my head, but only 2 songs with melodies and chords at the same time. That part of the journey is still in front of me. Let me tell you more how I achieved it in 1 year, this success. Only 1 year since I first took concertina in my hands, I focus on something different from what concertina teachers try to teach. As a result, I can now play any tune I know easily and I do not really read the notes, sheet music. I had no musical training in my life, most I have learned was by remembering the melody in my head. There's an alternative way of learning when you know the melody. The music is already in your brain, and your vocal cords are already your instruments that you play. Unconsciously, obviously, when you sing. The same thing can be achieved by focusing on finding connection between melody in your brain, you know already, and your fingers pushing the buttons. I have never played any single melody from the notes or instructions. It has always been directly from my head. You see, unless you already read the notes, this transition is more complex and often deters new players. You have to decipher notes, then you have to play one note at a time, 2 transactions instead of 1. From sight to your brain first, then from your brain to your fingers, finding where the note is and on which button. My goal here is to simplify it. A lot of people give up early any instrument because the slope given to them is too steep. It is essential that you derive pleasure at every step of learning, which will be self-propelling for your growth. This is why I ask you to first forget all about left part of the concertina, this part. We will be adding the buttons in stages as we grow. Whether you have 20 or 30 button concertina, just ignore the first top row in a 30 button concertina. So the top row that would appear otherwise here, this is 20 button concertina. In 30 button you have additional row here, but ignore them. I will be referring to, in 20 button concertina, to upper row, this row, and which is middle row in a 30 button concertina. Lower row is the same in both. In my opinion, the most important buttons to start with in 20 button are right hand upper 3 buttons. Usually it is a B, C, D, E, F, G buttons. So these are these 3. And then following in a second row, it's a second button, third button, and a fourth button. So as you can see, we're actually shifting from the first row to the second, and I will explain why I prefer that method, that, you know, using just one row continuously. So one more time. And I purposely did not squeeze it to get additional note. And as you can see, all those notes come in sequence, so basically B, C, D, E, and we don't have any sharps or any flat notes in between.